Good afternoon. I am so excited today. Hi, I'm Maria Quattrone, Be the Solution. And today is our 50th interview. I can't even believe it. And I'm so excited to introduce Lizanne Pando, who is the president of St. Hubert's High School, my alma mater. And Lizanne, thank you for coming on our show today.
Maria, I'm thrilled that you could have me. Thank you very much.
No, you're so welcome. I'm very excited.
Class of 88.
Yeah, class of 88. I can't believe it. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
I'd love to come and visit the school sometime.
Oh, please do. We'd love it. Lots have changed.
I would love to see it. It probably will bring back a lot of old memories. I haven't been in there since I left. Since graduation.
Really? Wow. Yeah, you got to get back. There's a lot of fun stuff happening.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So how are you doing, Lizanne? What's going on with school and everything that's happening in our world today?
So there's a lot going on at school. I've been at the school for 4 years, as we had talked about earlier. And when I came on, our board, that was formed for Board of Trustees was tasked with building out a strategic plan. So we did a lot of research, a lot of data, a lot of focus groups and things like that. So we are now in the third year of our strategic plan, which is to build out an arts academy because we're so heavy in the arts. We have AP art all the way up until AP art history. 4 years of art. We have full orchestra. Only a few schools still have a full orchestra.
A full orchestra?
Full orchestra.
Wow.
Yeah. We have the fashion department, which is 2 years of sewing and fashion design.
Now, when did that start?
That's been here ever since. So the school's 79 years old. So the sewing has been here the whole time.
Oh, I know sewing has been there.
Yeah. So we really—
I was a good little sewer.
It. I love it. I love it. We've just kind of expanded that program to fit the times, right? So a lot of what we're building into the curriculum and to the strategic plan is our theme piece of this, right? Science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And with that, we can bring into the fashion design wearable tech, right? So the girls can be learning what different fabrics are doing. Like right now, Drexel has a fabric that will tell your OBGYN you're in labor before you know it. Yeah.
Really?
Right. So we're partnering with them for next year. Now we have a few things going on next year because of the COVID, but we're hoping to partner with them on the students learning the science of that fabric and then being able to design pieces for women who are expecting a baby. So
wow.
I think that's a really cool piece of our mission with the Catholic School, and the
fascinating
science of that is really exciting. So the STEAM curriculum with the Arts Academy in our strategic plan allows us to do a lot of things like that. Like we have a digital arts program, and our digital arts program has Adobe inline, Photoshop, and Illustrator. And this year we got a grant from the Ambassadors Fund, McCluskey's, to add certification and more IMAX so that we can have the girls graduating with their certification in digital arts and Adobe Illustrator online and Photoshop, which allows them to get jobs either as internships or to help pay that while they're in college. You know what I mean? So we're doing some career technical pieces like that as well. So we've got Arts Academy going on, STEAM going on, some certification programs that we're going to be bringing into place because the girls have really evolved into this program. Digital arts will also evolve into app design, things that are really current in today's marketplace.
Just getting them prepared to be able to get right out into the job world if they're not going to choose to go to college.
Exactly.
And we need those people. We need those girls right now.
Exactly. Exactly. We're going to be doing other certification programs too. The Painters Union has come to us and we've started an apprenticeship with them for their female aspects. They have a group that they've been teaching young women to be part of the Painters Association and painter apprenticeships. So we have all the curriculum, the math, the science, the social studies, the English, all the writing, the poetry, all that stuff. But we do have a strong base in the arts as well. And so all of that built together has been really exciting for the students. Actually, this year's senior class graduated, I think 134 girls. They raised $23 million in scholarships for themselves to go to college. So we're so proud.
$23 million.
$3 million.
134 students?
Yeah. So if you do the math, that's a lot of money per student. And if you think you're still paying tuition, it's really a wonderful return on your investment, right? So you're paying tuition, but if my student can get that kind of money and more going into college, then you've returned on your investment. You've had the teacher ratio that's smaller. You've had the aspect of faith and values that we add for the Catholic aspect of the school. They've expanded into relationships with like Drexel and Philly U. We have college classes here from Manor, Holy Family, Newman University, Pennsylvania Fine Arts Academy, LaSalle. We have a wonderful program with a lot of college-based credits in them. So
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fun things going on.
That's really exciting. I'm still thinking about this. 134, 23 million. What is that math? 134. That's 17,164.
No, it's more than that.
Oh, 171,000.
I was gonna say it's over 100,000. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Now some girls had more and some girls had less, but still, if you could say your average is, over what you've actually paid for in your actual tuition, it's a wonderful return on your investment.
It certainly is.
Especially if you can have a certification program or something that actually allows your daughter to get a decent job while working her way through college or working her way through other certification programs that expands her career. But 98% of the girls go to college.
I was just going to ask that, 98%.
We had 4 go into the military, and 2 go into the beauty and fashion. But most
times have changed.
Yeah, but some have gone on directly. Most have gone directly on into college programs, the standard, the different college. We had one full ride to Penn, University of Pennsylvania. Our superstar Amelia, she's fantastic. So we've had some wonderful successes, and the girls work really hard. They're very smart young ladies.
That's something else. I'm glad to hear that. When I was there, it was different. It was a different time, 1988.
Yeah, these are different times. If you think about it, what we do, they're digital warriors, and they're coming from 45 different schools to go to
40.
Yeah, it's not just your neighborhood. It pulls from everywhere. We pull from New Jersey. We pull from Bucks County, Montgomery County. We even pull from Delaware County, of course, Philadelphia County. So the expansion is great. The transportation is easy to get to.
Right up at 95.
All girls aspect, which is, there's a lot of things to be said for this pivotal age of 13 to 18, being without the male population, really being in charge of your own voice and gaining what you need to say and how you need to take care of your own life. So it's been really exciting. One of the things that also we have, we were talking about earlier, but we have 14 PCL sports. We have more women in sports than any other Catholic school in the leagues, private or parochial. And in order to be in sports, you have to have a high, most of them have to be in honor. They're mostly in honor students. We also have national championship in cheerleading for the last 6 years running. So our cheerleading program is second to none in the nation, which is something really exciting to say. I think we have 85 students that are on the cheerleading team. And cheerleading is not your mother's cheerleading anymore. I think of
No.
hanging through the air. I'm always like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fun part of our sports for this year is Kathy Ott-Lovell, who is also a wonderful Bambi, and now the Commissioner of Parks and Rec, has helped us obtain the Russo Park across the street is going to be all home fields for St. Hubert. So we're going to get a turf soccer field fenced in that'll also be for field hockey and lacrosse. We'll have 2 softball fields. We'll have 3 tennis courts. So we're going to have home field advantage, giving us almost like a 2-block campus with the community here. And speaking of the community, we're actually building a courtyard out next to our front doors. So that's what the courtyard's going to be looking like. And we've got people buying bricks and
Wow.
everything else.
And so you'll have community events there?
Yeah, we'll have community events there. The community will be allowed to use the space. So if you have a business association meeting or a cocktail party or an alumni piece or something like that, it'll be fenced in and it'll be maintained by St. Hubert. So it'll be very clean, very beautiful. It'll be used as classroom space during the day for the students. But yeah, community will be welcome to use it, sign it out kind of. And then we're also going to be doing an arts and design center inside our library, which has been put on pause this spring because of what's going on in the community. But that we're going to have a full arts academy all the way down the hallway. We're also going to have an auditorium renovation that will be a 900-seat theater for the community. So it'll be for St. Hubert, but you can rent it out and use it as a community piece too. So we've really become like intertwined with the community in such a way that we're an anchor here at Cottman and Torresdale, right? For 79.
The fabric of the community.
Right, exactly. So they're supporting us and we're supporting them, and the academic campus becomes a community center of sorts.
It's a great way to utilize the real estate, right? Because it's not being utilized all the time.
Right.
So now that's good leadership there, Lizanne.
Thanks. It's exciting. My board has been so supportive, and we've come up with some really fun plans. The park was, came out of Parks and Rec, and so them renovating that out to be our fields.
That's
good for them. It's once you have a park like that renovated, I'm being told that it actually lowers it increases the real estate value and
Yes.
lowers the crime rate.
That's correct.
Right? So
Yes.
it will be perfect because at 2:30 every day, you can bank on 100 girls running out the front door for practice with coaches. And, so when are you walking your dog and your daughter and you're running out, because that park will be full of, happy kids all running around and they're also going to have an amphitheater there, which will be fun because of the arts. We'll be able to go over and play with the orchestra, or bring the theater group over, and the theater group will be able to replay skits or parts of the school plays and things like that. So
I love it.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
When is that going to launch?
They said that it's going to start breaking ground in the fall of 21.
Okay.
So now, of course.
Is that supported by the city or is it private money?
No, it's Rebuild, actually. It's all supported by Rebuild, so it's literally soda. So I know we're a little annoyed with the soda, but please drink soda.
Oh.
Because it
the soda money.
Rebuilding the parks of the city, and it's bringing a lot of the communities into a safer and cleaner environment.
Well, we need that. We need that in our city, 100%.
Right. So it's a wonderful program that we are getting to benefit from, and the students here will give back to
a good spot, that Cottman and Torresdale.
It's a wonderful spot. We've been anchored here for a long time, and it's important for the community to support St. Hubert and St. Hubert to support the community. I really feel that those relationships, expanding them the way we have over the past couple of years, is definitely going to benefit the entire program for Mayfair and the Northeast.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm curious, you weren't a school principal before. You weren't the president before. So how did you end up at St. Hubert?
That is a very, I always say the Holy Spirit's my HR director. I actually don't even know how I ended up here. I was at the Miraculous Medal Shrine for 7 years as their director of communications. And I moved from there to the director of communications for the World Meeting of Families, which was hosted by the Archdiocese of Philadelphia and the Vatican. And so it was.
We brought the Pope.
Right. We brought the Pope. We brought the World Meeting of 8th World Meeting of Families to the United States for the first time. And in that, I worked with the Archdiocese very closely because it was running the whole thing. So I got to know the superintendent of schools, the secretary of education, because we use them so many times throughout the whole event. So when the World Meeting of Families was closing and we were closing down the websites and we did the website in 7 languages, we did Twitter in 20 languages, and we did Facebook in 16 languages. We did the prayer in 23 languages.
What an undertaking.
It was an unbelievable experience. I can't even.
Did you sleep?
No.
I can't imagine that you slept because.
No. My husband's like, seriously? I'm like, we got to get through this.
That's a big haul.
22 months of just running at your top level speed. I always said it was like flying a dragon, exhilarating and terrifying at the exact same time.
That's a good analogy.
What was that? But so with that, I got to know the people who were involved in the 17 high schools for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. And when this position had opened, kind of just at the end of my tenure there, they recommended that I apply for it. And I said, but I don't have an education background. They said, no, a president really takes care of the business end of a school. So I take care of the enrollment. So I always say the president and principal stand at the front steps, and the principal looks in and the president looks out. So I look out for who's coming to the school, the enrollment, who's donating to the school or supporting the school, the alumni, who's working with the school, the community. That's why I'm so involved in the community. The Archdiocese, Faith in the Future, who is our development arm of the school. And then all of that. So I take care of the budgets, the finances, the enrollment, the development, all the kind of business end, the marketing, the website, social media, all that, so that the principal can take care of the teachers, the curriculum, the hiring, the faculty development, the faculty meetings, all the credits. Right now, all summer, we're looking at, some transfers of teachers and hiring and things like that. I wouldn't know how to hire a theology chair to save my life. Sure, they'd be very nice people. But yeah, so the money all flows through the president's office and the communications. So it's not unsimilar to what I was doing with the World Meeting of Families. So once I got in here, I thought, oh, I get it. I was working with the board there. I'm working with the board here. So really, it's been a wonderful experience. And I love it at St. Hubert. It's wonderful girls.
It's a great school.
Yeah.
So what's been going on, with the pandemic? How was obviously the last semester was.
Yes, a different look at how we do things, right?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget it. It was Friday the 13th.
Right.
I
remember that day.
March 13th. They're like, okay, you have to shut down. So we actually had faculty follies that day. So at the end of the faculty follies, which the girls were in an auditorium, we told them we thought we would be gone for 2 weeks, right? Go to your lockers, get your things, and watch your email over the weekend, and we'll give you what's happening next. So March 16th was a Monday. We actually had off scheduled professional development day. We used it to teach the teachers how to teach online. We actually, every student had a one-to-one Chromebook, so they all had a computer at home. And the teachers already did Google Classroom, so they already did a lot of the online assignments and things like that. So we really just had a full day of how to turn the camera on and where the girls would come in and how to take attendance. And by March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, our lucky day, we were back online. So we went right back into the academic product right away. So that was really extraordinary. And we didn't realize how extraordinary until
That really is.
Yeah, until we
Because I know a lot of
other
schools that
struggled with the turnaround, right?
struggled.
Because we're lean and mean, we had it ready, and because every student had the Chromebook, and because every teacher already had an idea how to do this, and it was really wonderful to watch the team, this faculty team and the administration team come together and support each other. I mean, I'd watch the faculty. I found this seminar. I found this webinar. Did you do this? I tried this. You know, I couldn't get in when I did this. Oh, we'll try that. You know, so really, because they're a great group and they supported each other and then asked us told us what they needed, and then we would come back with, we bought 3 or 4 software programs that helped with their programs, with their testing, with their, you know, all that kind of grading, all those things. We actually had time, because we were there in the school from March to June, right, at home, to change the academic delivery twice. So the first time it was just too much. Everyone was trying to do everything at once. And great teacher feedback, great student feedback. We came back with, that was too much, let's try this. And then other webinars, other schools helped us. And then we came back with a 3rd program. So we really didn't have any interruption in our delivery of academics. So we're really excited that we got to do that. Now, what we'll have going forward is we'll have an academic, well, our focus is delivery of our academic value product, right? So if you have to boil everything down to one focus, that's the main focus, and then everything builds out from there. So from September 9th to June, I'm going to say 15th, somewhere in there, we want to make sure we have an uninterrupted delivery of this academic product to our students. So that's been our main focus for everything. Then what do you have to do? We have to pay attention to what the state's doing, what the CDC is doing, what the city is telling us. And then you have to layer that on top of what you're doing. So we've been preparing classrooms with spacing the desks out all summer, extra sanitation, ordering masks. Masks will be worn, putting the hand sanitizers in every classroom and at every turn, spacing out how many people can be in the cafeteria, how many people can be in the auditorium, how many, what does the cafeteria look like? It's going to be a grab and go model, so that the cafeteria people will not be touching the food once it's made. So if you won't be ordering a turkey sandwich, you'll be picking a turkey sandwich up off the plate, things like that. So there's been a lot of that. Actually, Philadelphia School District delivers their plan today. I think St. Hubert and the Archdiocese will be delivering our plan within the next 5 days, 7 days. So we have a plan. We have 3 plans ready, all in the school, hybrid plan, and an at-home plan. Each of those will be based on the frame we're given. What is the state doing? What is the city doing? What does the CDC say? So we're ready for everything. We've done cameras in the classrooms and, temperature cameras at the doors so that people can get their temperatures taken, all that kind of stuff, extra nursing stuff, and what to do if there's someone who arrives sick. All those things have been studied and looked at. We just don't have the final, what the plan will look like until they finalize it. But we're ready. We're ready. And the girls have shown they're capable of doing this, either all online or, in a hybrid or back in the school, which is what we really want. We want to be back.
Yeah, people want to be together. People like to be together.
We do. We really do.
It's our part of our psyche. But it's a huge testament that you were able to do all that during that time. I know a lot of schools that were not capable of getting up and running. And I've talked to, some family or friends that have children, and I talked to a couple. I said, "How school? Oh, we only go to school 1 hour a day." I said, 1 hour a day.
No, we had 8.
I'm not going to tell you where.
8
1 hour a day. I said, how could they learn anything? They're in 9th and 7th grade. I mean, 9th grade is kind of important. I mean, not that 7th isn't, but high school. How could you take 3 months and an hour a day? So
Yeah, it was difficult across the board. Grade schools everyone had a hard time. It was not an easy fix. We were very proud of St. Hubert, and all the Archdiocese high schools turned it around in a very similar amount of time, because we all had the one-to-one Chromebooks
Right.
and the one-to-one, so once you have
It's a
that,
difference. It's a big difference.
now I'm going to school at home. Okay, well, here's my computer, and this is, same login, same software. There's my teacher. There's my friends. Okay, I got it. It wasn't a heavy lift. Some people had to get the Chromebooks, had to get the softwares, had to get, so we were ready, and we turned it around, and we delivered a great program. We did prayer services online twice a week. We did Quizzo on Wednesday nights. We did.
There is some fun in there.
Yeah, we threw fun in. The softball team made videos of throwing the softball off the screen, and then they'd catch it in the next screen. And, so the soccer team did it. The cheerleading team did it. The theater kids did. Like, everybody had fun at it. So we really did. It's a small community. Sisterhood is strong at St. Hubert's. If you learn something, you walk through this front door, that the girls here take care of each other, and the teachers and the administration, everybody is a community. And when you come into a crisis, you really feel the love and the support for each other. We had teachers telling us, saw somebody kind of putting her head down a couple times in my class today, think you should be checking in. So we had a lot of, this was hard. This was isolating. This was anxiety. Girls, teenagers can have it. I'm only saying girls because they're girls, but teenagers can have anxiety without this kind of stress. So we were really watching out for each other. We were reaching out to the parents, make sure you tell us if there's something going on. How can we help? We did some extra tutoring for people who were having a hard time just online. So we really did get a wonderful opportunity to stretch ourselves and deliver a great program. We're so proud of what we've delivered. How about my enrollment is stronger than ever. We brought in 22 girls registered to come to St. Hubert's while we were shut down. We're 6 over our goal, and we have 5 girls who just told us they wanted to come into the school and transfer into the school. So
are they transferring from public schools, or where are they coming from?
They're coming from all over. I think that some people weren't as happy with the product they got in the 3 months that they had to end. And so I think some schools saw, this comes from my communications background, right? We pushed out on social media like crazy, which I love. I have an amazing team. They're constantly on it. They did wonderful videos supporting everyone in the school, and our local businesses and our local heroes and everything else. And I think people really liked what we were communicating out and saw that we were delivering a very solid academic product. Kind of like you said, my friend said this, my friend said that. And then you're at a party with somebody who has a daughter at St. Hubert's, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't have that. So a lot of that's just even hearsay and what you hear from others. So I think that we're going to be getting a strong amount of transfers in over the summer. We're already over what we normally get. And I had 4 or 5 phone calls yesterday. So,
that's a high quality problem to have, right?
Yeah.
That's doing a great job.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're thrilled. Yeah.
I'm very impressed with everything you're telling me about the school. I'm like super excited about it.
Yeah. We're
to see everything that's changed, and and how St. Hubert stands out above the rest. I mean, the programs, and that blew me away about the amount of money, 134 million that they got from scholarship.
23 million.
Oh, I mean, 23 million.
23 million, 134 girls.
134 girls.
Right, right. Yeah.
Got the numbers, dyslexia, mixed.
Yeah. I'll challenge the next class. 134 million. Challenge, ladies. Now. Yeah, they're
23 million.
Right. Yeah,
it's a huge amount of money.
It is. It is. We're very proud of the girls. They've done a wonderful job. They're just good, solid human beings who really give back to the community. We've done a lot of programs. They do a lot of we'll be able to do some coming into the fall, but we won't be able to do others. So, but we will make it work. And the girls are very resilient. They really are, and they've been wonderfully supportive of each other.
I'm sure they're all ready to get back to the classroom.
We're ready to have them. I miss them like crazy. Are you kidding me?
Are you there? And are you
I'm
at home or
right
you
now.
at school?
Yeah, I'm at school right now.
You are. I see your.
Yeah.
I see the sign, but I didn't know if you made that for
little logo
your house.
there and some of our marketing pictures behind me.
I love it.
Yeah, but I love being in this room because it has all the pictures of the girls. They're like, "What are you doing in the conference room?" I'm like, just working in there today. But we miss them like crazy.
I'm sure it's been definitely a challenge. I mean, for everybody across the way. I was very sad to hear yesterday how they have now canceled all future large events in Philadelphia through February 28th.
Yeah. It's very
tough.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We make all these plans, but then we'll have to adapt to the plans that are dictating what a school can and can't do for the safety of their students.
Of course.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Make sure that our families and students and teachers and administrators, that everyone is safe. That's our
I think that's everybody wants everyone to be safe, right? And it just feels like things are changing all the time. It's hard to keep up, right? St. Hubert's is a school, but it's a business itself too.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're doing well, and you have people coming in. I've seen though, you do all this work. You said I'm putting things out on social media. There's when you're taking action, and like we are at my company, you're taking massive action. People see it.
Yeah.
So you attract it in, and there's not a secret in business. It's like, listen, people either put their head in the sand for the last several months, or you see people doing very well. And they're people that took action and telling the world what's going on, why you're different.
Yeah, no, I really do think it's very much a matter of shining out your own energy, but what sets you apart and what is your niche? What is it about? But I'm not surprised at all that when I met you, that you were a Bambi. You have the great spirit, the go for it spirit, the energy of, positivity and hard work. I mean, all of those things. And it's fun to see all the people we had in common in our connections and how they were like, you two are connected. That's great.
Yeah.
So, so I hope that you come into school and that you join.
I want to come visit. So when that's okay to do.
Yeah.
I definitely, and I also would love to be a supporter.
That'd be great. I'll take it.
And I hope that with the fashion show, so the fashion show is something that's done now, what is going to be the third year?
So I've been here 4 years, and we always had a fashion show for the last, I guess, 10 years in the auditorium. But when I came on, I said, let's make this a little bit higher level. We were doing a program called Reach Higher. And so in the Reach Higher program, it's still kind of going on, but the orchestra goes to the Kimmel Center and watches the Philadelphia Orchestra perform and rehearse. And the theater group went to New York and actually met a cast of a show and then went to the Broadway show, things like that. So the fashion department decided to run their own fashion show, and the seniors do a 3-piece collection. So when you're a junior, you learn sewing, but in the second year of sewing, fashion and textile, you have to do a 3-piece collection. You have to submit a dream board, theme, and what your 3 pieces will look like. And then from there, you have to spend the year building your 3-piece collection. And then in May, it's usually the week of May 14th, 12th, 14th, we actually have the girls produce a fashion show. The first year was in the courtyard of City Hall. Bridget Greenwald, who's the commissioner of public housing, she helped us get that together. And then we had it at the Union League the last 2 years. And this past year was supposed to be at Mana, which is run by Sue Doherty, who is another Bambi. And she was supporting us by giving us the venue, which is a really fun, funky space. If you've been in there, it's very neon green and, you know, steel doors and garage doors inside and everything. So we were really excited to expand it into this space, but we had to pivot and not do it then. But the girls do the music, they do Who Comes Out, they do the, Pat Shiraki is actually our MC. Each time we usually have 6 or 7 cameras from different TV stations on the piece. And it's just really wonderful. They pick the models. Everything is done by the students. And they do their headshots, they do their bios, they do their scripts. So
that's a lot of work.
Well, that's part of their grade. They're literally getting graded on how they deliver their fashion show. And they know that the TV cameras are coming. So they don't mess around.
Yeah, there's no messing around with that.
Yeah, there's no slouched and like.
You better be ready.
They are like ready and
end up and ready to go.
Yeah,
and practice.
They do an incredible show. Truly, I've never had anyone attend our fashion show that didn't say, "I cannot believe those girls made those clothes. That was incredible." So
now, do a lot of them go on to like some of these design schools? Like, I don't know if. Does Jefferson still offer design? I went there.
Design, and so does Drexel. They both have some of our students that have moved on. Ironically, we've toured them, because of our fashion program, and they're always fascinated that our girls can sew. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, don't your kids sew when they come into college? No. Yeah. No, you teach them to sew. I said, my girl had 2 years of sewing. You're kidding me? Like, I figured everybody had something, when they came into fashion design. So no, they love when they get our students. A lot of them actually are thrilled that we do the Adobe Inline and InDesign and Illustrator. So now that we have the certification program, that will expand a lot of what the girls can do digitally and in fashion. They do CAD design, which is an engineering piece. And now we're adding classes this year that are after school in jewelry design that will be designed on computers in an engineering package. So it's really exciting when you can put things together and then they naturally expand out from where they are. So some of the girls do go on to fashion. A lot of them still go into the medical field. Didn't a lot of your friends end up going into the medical, like nursing and doctor and physical therapy? And because
no, back then there wasn't
community of girls in the Northeast often go in that direction.
Yeah, some did, but a lot of back then, a lot of people still didn't go to college. I mean, there wasn't a big amount that went away to college or went to college.
And 98% of the girls go on to college.
Yeah, back then it was 1988. It was different. It was a different time, I think, for people. Now it's kind of you're kind of expected to go to college, sort of, I guess.
You are. It's become a college preparatory school, but the other piece of that is you can't forget that some girls don't want to go on to college or.
No, a lot of people did beauty, hair, makeup.
Right. And so
that was big back then.
Mm-hmm. And so we have the whole arts and design, and now we're making the certification program. We're bringing in the apprenticeships. So we're excited about that. I think that we'll have a lot of girls who then feel supported, even if they want to just use that support to earn money so that they can pay for college. I mean, we could have a whole other show on just the escalating costs of college. And so we're thrilled that our girls go off with these great grants and scholarships to college so that they can afford it. But it's still
it's astronomical.
It's a big burden on today's families to send your students to college. So sometimes you can even get them jobs so that they can be paying for furthering their education and being lifelong learners.
So are the girls doing internships in their senior year and junior year or just senior in businesses, or?
They're doing some internships in their senior year. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And are they paid or non-paid?
You have to be careful of their own curriculum. A lot of them are doing college classes that then double as credits for high school. They're called dual enrollments. So we have business classes that are dually enrolled for juniors and seniors with Manor College. And then we have writing classes with Holy Family. We have speech classes with Newman University. And we have diocesan scholars where there's 5 or 6, well, there's 30 girls who usually interview, but 5 or 6 girls who then go to college at LaSalle or Holy Family in the morning and then come to St. Hubert for classes in the afternoon. So that's a senior year only program. So there's lots of ways, and the arts is a little bit different. So you can take art classes on Saturdays and evenings, but most of them have to be at Pennsylvania Fine Arts Academy or the other schools. Yeah, the other art schools, because arts is more physical. So I'd love to do more of that in expansion with our fashion program, which we've started to this year. I just don't know how much outreach we'll be able to pull off with people in
everything.
Yeah.
No wonder the girls are so prepared for college. They're literally taking college classes, and that's remarkable.
When they do that, then
very impressive.
It saves them money because they don't have to take those classes again in college and transfer those credits out. So we've had girls graduate with 9 credits or more, so that they feel like they've really gotten a head start.
That's so smart.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Has that been something that's been going on for a while, or?
Yeah, I came in when I came, so it was here when I came on. I've changed a few things since I've been here because of relationships and needs within the school building, but yeah, we've been doing college courses inside the school for quite a while now.
Super, super exciting. So what are you most excited about, Lizanne, for the coming school year, outside of obviously everybody coming back?
Yeah, we're definitely hopeful that we can get, as much face-to-face and back to school as we can. I feel like that the girls have a great energy, and I think they're going to have a newfound respect for class, class time. So it should be very interesting to see. They've always been very good and excited to be in the building, but I think there's going to be a higher level of that. I think that they're going to compete. They challenge themselves each year to beat the previous year's scholarship dollars. So it'd be interesting to see what the seniors bring to the table this year, and the creativity. I really find that when you offer our students a challenge, they're up for the challenge. So I think that we'll find ways to pull things off this year in very creative ways. So I'm always anxious to see what they come up with. We really try to push it back to the kids and say, what would you do? What do you think we can do here? What do you think we can do there? So it's wonderful to watch them evolve from these little, girls who come in from 8th grade, changing their uniforms to the jumpers, and then the students that are seniors having this full confidence about themselves and this voice, and really just handling themselves so well, walking into college classes, walking into internships, really just raising their head high and knowing that they're capable of this. It's wonderful to watch them grow into that confidence. So I'm anxious about that. I'm excited, about all the things we have going on. So Hubert's is going to rise from all of this in a big way. We already met the challenges. We're going to meet the next challenges, and we're going to grow with it. And I think that the support we get is just electric. Look at you coming to help us and talk.
I'm so excited.
Let us just have a platform to talk about all the fun things that are happening. So
I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet you in person at the league.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'd love that.
I miss the league.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
so
crazy.
Yeah, I do too. So I miss just being out with people, So, but it's been a blessing that we have this electric, the way to connect through Zoom and through other ways. I mean, as people say, they have Zoom, they're zoomed out, but truly we've become global citizens, right? I've Zoomed with my friend in Uruguay and Ireland and Rome, since this has all started. So I think I'd like to bring some of that to the classroom and let the students and the teachers bring a little bit of the world into the classroom and do small groups where they can actually meet the experts in the field and in the world.
See, I think that's super exciting because that never would have happened before.
It might not have, but this will definitely spur it in. And again, it was the girls who brought this idea to life, So I think that we can do some really fun things across the board. We're polling our teachers now and the students, and what should we do with this, and how should we do it so that it grows organically from the bottom up, so that we can
from the bottom up, which
Yeah.
is that's how it's got to be. Because if it's top down,
right, we're student centered now. We're not teacher centric. It's the students. We let them lead, give them what they need, and then you let them lead the classes and lead where we're going. And when you do that, it's just magic what happens in the classroom.
because it's from them. It's what they want, and they're able to make it all come to life, and they're proud of that, right?
Yeah, they are, and it's a safe place to fail.
Yep, and it's
right.
and it's okay
to make mistakes so that they can learn how to fix them, because life is hard, and you don't want to get out there and think you can't fail or you can't pivot. So this is a great lesson for all of our students. We really train students. I'm sure every academic does, but we train the students to go out because the world isn't easy. So you want to make them as strong and ready for. That's why I love the confidence and the voice they get, because they get out there, then they can handle what the world hands them. Well, the world's handed us some stuff while they're still here, and so we'll use that in lessons that they will rise above. And I think this generation is going to be very strong, and the next great generation, because they will have had adversity at a young age, and they'll have learned how to rise to that and use it to grow personally, transform.
Yeah, because failing is what it's all about to get to you can't succeed without failing.
Right.
It's impossible.
Or without being afraid to fail.
Well.
Right. You don't want to be afraid to fail. So if you.
Giving confidence to be okay with failing. We still fail.
Oh, absolutely.
Every day. I'm like, keep failing forward. Just got to move faster. It's all about the time in between failing and getting back up, that you got to be able to jump up as quickly as you can.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to have an online career day in the spring. So we'd love for you to come on to be a part of our virtual career days. And we love when the alum come back and really share with the girls. And
I would love it. And it doesn't have to be
funny stories about, guess what was in the cafeteria when we were here.
Well, I was going to ask if you still had the chocolate chip cookies and the milkshakes.
No milkshakes, but we still have the warm cheese.
Oh, the warm cheese.
With
the sauce.
The warm cheese and the sauce. And
yes.
All the alum come back there like, do you still have the warm cheese? Yeah, still have the warm cheese.
But I used to love those chocolate. They were in a package, chocolate chip cookies. I don't know.
Now they make them in the morning. So the whole school smells like chocolate. Like, this is not fair.
Not a good place to be on a diet.
Morning, I'm smelling chocolate chip cookies, people. This is not fair.
But that's very homey.
Yeah.
It sets a stage, right? That's all part of experience.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We would make cookies in somebody's house because when people would come in, they would smell them because that feels like home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all about the experience. And it sounds like St. Hubert's is a wonderful place for the experience for these young women. I'm excited to be part of something there and to come back and visit for sure.
That'd be great. That'd be great. A lot of the girls call it home.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It was great to have you today, Lizanne.
Be with you. Thank you.
I am so thankful and grateful that you were my 50th person, and that today we launched the podcast. So
that's a blessing. Thank you.
It's all going to be out there. We're on 24 mediums, including iHeartMedia, Spotify, Apple.
That's
So,
wonderful.
yeah, it'll be,
Thank you so much.
oh, my pleasure. I will talk with you soon. Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, that'd be great. But thank you for giving us this opportunity to shine out what's going on at St. Hubert and supporting the girls as you do. So
My pleasure. And I couldn't be happier to do it.
great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizanne. I'll see you soon.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.